Yes, I'm having Taco Bell. Oh, I'm loving it. It's pretty fucking awesome so far. It was I think it was a game for like the Famicom. Like I don't think it ever came out of Japan. But they like did a whole remake, kind of like I think it was the same people that did the Octopath Traveler. I think they did the same. I think it's the same people. Yeah, and so like you play like different time periods, and you get to choose like what time period you want to start with. And I decided like we should do the caveman one first. It only makes sense, right? Yeah, and I guess they all play differently too. So they're not all just like turn-based fighting like this. I don't think, at least. But there's like different mechanics for each different time period. Because I don't think there's any dialogue in this one at all. But I think in some of the other ones there's a lot of dialogue. Just because they're cavemen, you know what I mean? Hell yeah, they're gonna bang? That's awesome. I've been wanting to play this game for a really long time, but it's always been pretty expensive. But finally it went down to like 20 bucks, I think I got it for. Ooh, good chaka. Oh, oh. Isn't that crazy? You know what blows my mind? Every once in a while I'll think about it. He pulled out his dick? What just happened? What the fuck? They just captured her? You know what always blows my mind is that like I'll think about it every once in a while that like it's so insane to think that your lineage, like for you to be here, like you came from some fucking caveman, right? Some caveman like what, millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, I don't know how long, fucking, you know what I mean? It's so crazy. It's actually pretty fucking crazy if you think about it. Like somehow people have survived all that whole time, all the way from fucking monkey men to now, for you to be here. That's so crazy. Like, what is it? You think that's just like pure luck? Like a million, right? Like that's so insane. Like at any point in time, like that line could have just ended. You know what I mean? But throughout all these years, it's still going on. Like that's so crazy to me. Like we're all technically related. What? Are you my sister? That's what they like to say in West Virginia. We're all technically related. That's fucked up, isn't it? You're my fifth 4 million times removed. Whoa. That's crazy. That's so insane. Cousin. Cousin. Smell like shit. Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while I think about that. I'm like, oh shit, that's insane. Wow, that's messed up, isn't it? I mean, is it true? That's the thing. It's like they always say that shit. Like, you know, that's like oh, you know, all those people from West Virginia are like related and shit. But it's kind of true. Like, it's legit. Like, it's crazy that people here actually like marry their cousins and shit. Like, that's insane. Isn't that insane? Like, that's actually like a thing that happens here. Like, it's actually true. It's so weird. I don't know. It's crazy how different like America could be from the states, from like, you know, state to state. West Virginia is so much different. Marrying your cousin is nuts. Isn't that nuts? Like, and people like there's so many people out there. How are you gonna just go after your cousin? Like, you have to purposely do that. You know what I mean? Like, you're purposely trying to like bang your cousin. It's weird, isn't it? Well, how many people here get married and then find out later that they're actually related? And actually fucks their cousin. True, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. That's awesome. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I miss about California. Honestly, I don't think it really helps my situation, because like like where I go to work, it's really not that bad. It's not really like, you know, you don't got a lot of cousin fuckers there, huh? Like, it's pretty like more civilized, for sure. Cause like where I live here, where I live at right now, it's kind of like, this is pretty rural. Like it's just like a tiny town, like in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. So I think it happens a lot more here, but I don't know, it's weird. I think that's probably why I don't mind work as much too, is because I feel like the people I work with and stuff are, I mean, yeah, they're West Virginian, but they're more normal. They're more like just normal people, and it's hard to like find that here, and where I'm at. I do like the town that we live in, but I wouldn't mind moving. It's just kind of nice because we live pretty close to my mom. Burn, I'm gonna fucking fire him. Boom. How does the stream look? Does it look alright? This is the first game I'm playing since I redid my OBS, so hopefully it didn't look too bad. I mean, I figured the graphics shouldn't be too bad with this game. I did get the new God of War, like the remake, the first one. I would love to play that on stream, but I don't know how bad the graphics are gonna be or not. Did I tell you I got a new truck? Did I tell you about my car? I don't even know if I told you about my car. My car died. My car died. I was on my way to work one day, and then briefly, yeah, I was driving to work, and it's the weekend, so like it's only me and another guy. So I was like, you know, it'd be pretty fucked up for me not to show up. But I was like driving to work, and I was driving up this hill, and then when I was driving up this hill, I hear my car going like do 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 do, and it starts getting louder and louder, like while I'm like going up this hill. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, that's weird, right? And then I start going down the hill, and then like the fucking thing just starts getting super loud, like and then my emergency or not my emergency, my check engine light started flashing, and I was like, oh shit. So I pulled over. Anyways, I had to get Roxy had to come over and save me. She brought me to work and got the car towed. And then, oh my god, I had this huge fucking annoying thing with this mechanic. Like, he just got pretty much free money from me. Like, it's so stupid. I'll never use that motherfucker again. Cause like, okay, so when I was on the side of the road, some random guy came up, some random old dude came up, and he was like, oh, I think it's like a thrown rod. I want to drive on it. He's like, I have a shop and shit. So I thought he was just trying to sell it to me, you know what I mean? He was like, oh. So I was like kind of going off of what that guy was saying, right? And then I think Roxy found this mechanic that comes to your house, right? I was like, oh, perfect. You know, you could just come here, work on it or whatever, and that'd be really nice. I call him and stuff. He comes over and checks out the car, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think it's a timing, like a not the just the timing belt, but like the whole like thing needs to be replaced, the whole timing thing." I was like, okay, and it wasn't that bad, you know. I think, well, he was saying it was 800, but it was only 500 for labor, and then like I had to buy the part for it, which was like another $100. But honestly, not that bad for, because I'm sure if I went to like a actual shop, it would have been super expensive. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, it's he's gonna fix it. Sounds like a good deal and shit. And he's like, and this was like the beginning of the week, and then I think, you know, I was like, oh, you know, when can we do that or whatever? When can you fix it? And he was like, oh, by the end of this week. And I was like, okay, cool, right? Fucking, I think, I don't know when I talked to him. I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, but like end of the week was coming up, and I was like, hey, so you know, you plan on coming over, you know, this week or something, this weekend, you know, and he was like, oh, well, actually at the I'm waiting for a part, so it probably won't be until like Monday or Tuesday of next week. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you know, it's kind of fucked up that you tell me a certain time and then you just change your mind or whatever. You can't just like let me know that you're waiting on something or what, you know. I think he just didn't want to work on the weekend, which is fine, but you know, just tell me that, like, oh, you know, I'm busy or something. Okay, at least I fucking, you know, just tell me like a certain day. But I was like, whatever, you know. He said Monday or Tuesday, so Monday comes along. And it was like later on in the day, and I texted him, I'm like, hey, you know, so what time are you showing up tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, just be upfront. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you want to take those days off or whatever, I don't care. You know, just like let me know, so I know like when I can expect my car, because I'm fucking renting a car at the same time, because I don't have a way to get to work. So we had to rent a car. So we're paying for this car, you know, because I'm like, okay. I figured that it wouldn't take that long for him to fix it. He said it'd probably be like a 2-day job or something, which is, you know, that's fine with me, but I was expecting it that week. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. So, yeah, then Monday comes along, and I'm like, hey, you know, you coming over? Like, what time are you coming over tomorrow, you know, so I could figure it out or whatever. And he was like, oh, it's probably going to be more like Thursday or Friday. And I was like, no. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? So you're just going to keep pushing it? Like, I can't do this shit. So I just told him, like, I need, like, a definite day, because I'm paying for this fucking rental. You know what I mean? It's costing me money every day, that, right? And then he was like, oh, well, I'd be able to, you know, work on it faster if it was at my house or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, why didn't you just tell me that then? Yeah, no, I was so fucking upset, because I was like, well, why didn't you just tell me that you wanted, like, if you just told me, hey, like, when you fucking first checked out the car, like, hey, if you want me to work on your car, you probably had to tow it to my house so I could work on it. If he just told me that fucking straight up, then I would have just been like, okay, that's fine with me. You know what I mean? Like, we could have done that, but for some reason he didn't want to tell me that shit. I was like, what the fuck? So at this point, I was like, okay, we're just losing money. Like, I need to get my car fixed. So we ended up just towing it to his house, right? Now I was like, you know what? I just want this shit done. I'm done dealing with this fucking idiot. Like, I just need my car done. So I think the same day or like the next day, I think it's the same day, he calls and he's like, oh, okay, I'm done with it. And I was like, oh, okay, sounds good, you know, awesome. And I was like, yeah, we'll probably come by and pick it up. And he was like, oh yeah, I just need to do an oil change. Can you call AutoZone and buy the oil like over the phone? And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So and then he's like, I'll go pick it up, but he just, and I was like, well, can I just like give you the money for it or something? Like, is there, you know? He's like, oh, I don't have the cash. And I'm like, whatever. You're too stupid to figure out like Cash App or whatever. So let's just not do that. And I was on my way to work, so Roxy took care of it. And I felt so bad. It just so that guy just pissed me off. Like I just can't believe all that shit. So yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, he needs oil. So he got the oil. He did the oil change, and then I think, Roxy started talking to him, because I was at work this whole time. Like I was on my way to work, and I was like, I couldn't fucking look at my phone. So he ended up texting her saying like, oh, it's actually not what I thought it was, and like the thing that's wrong with it is like something I can't do, and it'll probably cost you a lot of money. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, they say what it was, and she was like, oh, it's a thrown rod. And I was like, this shit is the thing that pissed me off the fucking most, is that, yeah, this mechanic, right, yeah, the guy on the fucking side of the street, okay, we're on the side of the fucking road. He told me what was wrong with my car, and this mechanic that had time to fucking come over and check out my car, check out my engine and all that, like, fucking diagnosed it wrong. Oh my god, I was so pissed. Like, it's so unreal. Oh, so we end up having to buy a car. And we end up getting a truck. And it's a hybrid truck, and I love it. It's my first like brand new car. Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare. I was so over it. I just wanted it to be over. Like I was so done dealing with that guy. But yeah, we ended up getting a truck. I know, it does sound very West Virginian, doesn't it? Yuck, 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 yuck. Ding, 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 ding. That's a banjo. I love my truck though. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice not worrying about a car. Like, oh my god, I hate that shit. I feel safe. It's not really big. It's a pretty small car, or a small truck. And I've always wanted like a really small truck. I don't like big trucks. Like, I just want something like just big enough if I needed to put something in there, you know what I mean? Like, the bed's pretty small, but I don't know, I love it. Oh my god, it's so nice. And the gas is actually not very bad on it. I think, honestly, altogether, I think it's better in gas than my Kia was. But yeah, the dealership that sold us the car also took my old car, even though pretty much needed a new engine. So that was super nice too, because I was worried about what am I gonna do with that fucking with my old car. Like, I'd have to find somebody to come buy it, and tow it and do, you know what I mean? I don't want to deal with all that shit. So it was really nice because I think they took something off of the price. Honestly, like I would have paid them to take it at that point. I forget how much they actually took off. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just, yeah, it's just annoying. But yeah, so now I have a new car. I love it. I have it was from Roxy's car, but she told me to just keep it in my car. It's like a dog protector for your back seat. So I just have that for Baxter. I haven't seen him all day. I think he's just sleeping. He's so annoying. It's been freezing here. Like, it's been so cold. And we've been getting like frost and shit. And we actually got some snow and we got a lot of ice. Oh shit. But every time I take him out to go poop, he like gets upset at the snow and starts like just, oh my god, like the fastest like running around. Like, it's so hard to explain, but he's like starts bolting like just starts bolting around, and he's like you can tell that he's upset that his feet are like cold. Oh my god. And I'm like freezing, and then he like takes forever to try to go poop. But he hates going poop when it's cold. I don't think he likes his butthole cold. Doesn't. Whoa, who's that? I don't know how all these come together. I don't know if you have to beat all of them to get like a new. I think that's what it is. I think if you beat all of the things, it unlocks like a last level or something. It was just the monkey man. That's weird. He just had a monkey dick in his face. What a great game. I love that their powers are fucking farting. That is awesome. What?